Jedi Joy turns around so fast, it's amazing. I said, oh, it's even windier on this side. And she just turned around, I turned around, she was already walking back towards the car. I said, well, let's just go and see what's down here. I thought this would be a cool spot to do it. With this backdrop. How about with this backdrop so they have a little reference? Yeah. What do you think?
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
This is your president speaking. And I approve this message.
Vegas Raiders. Just win, baby. We are the Vegas Raiders. Just win, baby. Don't need no invitation. We are the Raider Nation. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them rich and silver. And we still feel this. So if you want a piece of this, you can come and get it. Vegas Raiders. Just win.
Hello. Sorry for coughing the microphone there, you guys. Hello. So I'm going to set up for some push-ups first, and then some nunchucks. Do I have my nunchucks out here? Yes. Okay. It is pretty hot out here today. It's really hot out here today. So let me see. Let me put my music on here. Hold on. 1 second, everybody. Shuffle play. See what we get. Too boring. Okay, that'll work. Like It Ain't Me by Selena Gomez and Kygo. I like this song because it talks about the Bowery. And I've stayed in the Bowery before, which is in Manhattan, if you guys don't know. Okay. Let me move you guys. Flip you around. Happy Monday, everybody. I'm going to start with push-ups. Do you want to help? Yeah. Let me get you a good angle for you guys with the push-ups here. My push-ups are bad right now. Let's remember that. This is day 6, no alcohol. Woo, I know it's keep restarting this clock, but it still feels good, even though I've had to start again several times. But day 6 always feels really good. I'll tell you that much. Day 3 starts to feel pretty good. And then after that, you're kind of start to move smooth sail. I mean, you might crave alcohol a little bit, but you're just like, oh man, I'm this many days into it. No, thank you. It doesn't seem like a lot to other people, but those first couple of days are the hardest days, especially if you're going through withdrawals, which I do go through. So once you go through those withdrawals, you're like, no thanks, don't want to do that again. Not till next endeavor to New York or whatever, you know. Not now. I'm actually starting to feel, again, not fully, but I mean, it's like getting there each day. So okay, let's see how we do with the push-ups though. These are still a little lacking. I'll try to do 20. All right. Oops, if I bracelet out of the way. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're getting pretty bad towards the end. The last 5 are pretty bad. The first 15 aren't that great right now either. And I'm not going all the way down, but whew, feeling the burn, I'll tell you that much. Ladies and gents, okay. Let's get some nunchucks before I pass out here. It's pretty hot. Pretty hot day, I can tell. It's gonna be a scorcher. Alright. I get a little water. A little Arrowhead water. We need more of this, actually. I think this is like the last sacred Arrowhead in the house. Richard and Ed are gonna go shopping in a little bit. And Gloria has a doctor's appointment today, too. So we got a busy day. It's a busy day for us. We might even have to get weed. Whoa! Hold on. I feel like you guys are tilted too far down, but coming crazy. Everyone hear me? Okay. Alright. Sorry for my hair. I just got out of the shower, so it's like really, it's what it looks like in the mornings. That's why I brush it all day and it gets a little bit more manageable. But it's a wreck when I first get out of the shower. Okay. Here we go. I'm just going to do a little bit of nunchucks because it's hot and I'm out of shape. The mailman. That seems early for the mail. Oh! I knew I was gonna hit myself that time. What happens is when you're not as strong, you're gonna hurt yourself a lot with the nunchuck. You'll whack yourself more than when you build your strength. I'm kind of forcing myself to do this stuff on live just so that I'll do it. Because I have a tendency to, even though it's only like a couple minutes or a minute, still won't even go do it. So I'm doing it live just so that I make sure I do it. It's helping me get a little more in shape. Doing just, even though it's not that much working out, it's like some push-ups and some bad push-ups and some bad nunchucks, but it does help. Helps get your heart rate up and your metabolism gets started for the day, especially if you do it in the morning. So. Just a couple more rounds. It's too hot. I'll have to go inside. So how's everyone's Monday? It's hot here, right? It's actually not too hot this weekend, like comparatively to a lot of the summer. But now it's getting hot today. I can feel it's gonna be a hot one. Hotter than the weekend was. Okay, this is gonna be about it. I can feel it. All right, it's too hot. Too hot. I have to go inside. Whew. Come on, ladies and gents. Let's move it on inside because I'm too hot. Whew. Don't drop anything here. See if we can do this. Alright, that was fun. Wish I could stay out there longer. It's just too hot. It's going to be a scorcher today. Ooh, hi, Nay. Alright. I forget we're going to move inside. Let's see where Richard, you in the shower?
Yep, I sure am.
Okay, I'm vlogging in here, so be careful when you come in. So be careful when you come outside. Actually, we'll go in the closet so we don't have a issue with him walking past naked or something. Okay, buddy. Hold on. I'm coming. Ooh. Hot, 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 hot. Hey, you guys. Sit here for a minute as I get the light. Alright, we're gonna get the light set up. Hold on. Ooh. It is hot. Oh, it's hot out there. It's really gonna be a warm day in Vegas. Okay, guys, we're gonna get the light going. Here we go. Yeah, you can see that. BTS. No. And the song, Amy Winehouse tried to get me to go rehab. I said, no. I'm like, that's kind of appropriate right now. People that I have to go to rehab, I can do it myself. I just choose to drink sometimes when I'm in New York. But I can choose not to drink. Even though it's addictive, you just go through the withdrawals, they just suck, but anyone can do it. Unless you're too addicted, then you actually can die from alcohol withdrawals. Okay, let's see. But luckily, that wasn't me. Okay, here we go. Everybody sits here in my little silly little closet. So I've been sharing my blanket. Richard's been using this one, and I've been using that one at night. Yeah, we just sleep on top of our bed, and then we just brush my hair. So my hair looks like when I first get out of the shower. Okay. Not this much better later. I said no. Oh, do you guys see my little things I got in New York, which are probably overpaid, but I don't care. Certain things I don't buy much, but I buy silly little things like these little guys. Oh gosh. I think I paid $20 for the two of them, so like $10 each. I mean, they're little crochet guys. They make me happy. It's the weird stuff I buy. Because I like getting things from like the people making things, or, you know, like on the, or maybe they didn't make it, but they're selling it, you know, the little $5 hats and things like that. Because those people are the very poor people. you know, a lot of those businesses in New York are making tons of money. You know, like, I mean, I will support the businesses too. Like, I shop at Whole Foods. I try to go to the small places. Sometimes the price of their meat, I'm like, sorry, I want to support you, but I'm not paying $15 for a pound of beef. You know what I mean? Whereas Whole Foods, it's like $10. It's not that much cheaper, but, you know, sometimes I'm just like, as much as I want to support your store, it's overpriced. But when I can, I try to support the, like, mom and pop shops, you know, instead of going to the big, you know, Mongol stores, whatever. What do you call them? The big corporations. In New York, though, like I said, even the mom and pops are like still like $1 million companies. I mean, because you make a lot of money if you have any sort of Manhattan storefront, you know. Like, you have to be, otherwise you move. You move to Jersey or something. But, oh, I got hot out there. I need like a fan. So my client, when I was in New York, had the most awesome fan, which you totally need in. It was this very pretty, like, not like Japanese. It was something else, but it almost like a flower, and it kind of like opened up, but it fanned so nicely. And you really do need that sometimes in New York when it's humid. But I was like, I need one of those right now. That was like the most fantastic, like just the most simplest fan, but fanned you so well. But anywho, let me see. So this is day 6, no alcohol, which I'm actually really excited about because it was 100% my choice in the sense of like it being right away. I mean, it's not like I was ever going to be drinking long term here, but like to like stop is the day I got here. The last time I drank was in New York when I embarrassed myself and drunk in karaoke. And almost didn't make my flight. I kind of was like, that's not cool, Joy. So I decided when I got to Vegas that I just wasn't going to drink. And I had actually requested that Richard buy me alcohol because I thought I would need it. Because at first I had this rule I wasn't going to drink in Vegas. And then when I was on the way home, like after even the drunken karaoke, I was like, I said, you better get me alcohol just in case, because I started to worry because I wasn't feeling well on the plane. But then I was like, why do I want to go through this again? Like, why do I want to like delay? Let me just ride through the rest of this. So I decided that night to just not drink, and it was a rough first night home. But my first night home is hard anyways, you know what I mean? Even if I were to drink, I'm tired, you know, because, you know, anytime you come home and you're jet lagged and stuff and you've been flying all day. And I had really bad diarrhea all week and just, you know, I was a mess. So it was a mess because I get that from alcohol. It's not good. So I come home and I'm just like already feeling sick. So I could kind of like put a little bit of a Band-Aid on it by drinking one or two more nights. But I'm like, might as well just ride through it. But yeah, that first night was really hard because I had gotten pretty addicted. So what happens with me is I get really bad cold sweats. I have trouble sleeping, and then I get like muscle spasms pretty bad. Like, where, you know, it feels like Charlie horses. But these ones were the worst ones I've ever had, and it happened in both my legs, like all the way down my leg, on like the lower part of your leg, you know, like your calves. On both calves were like insane Charlie horse, where it was like insane pain, but you can't really do anything about Charlie horse except for try to like kind of like wiggle it out. And Richard was trying to massage it, but that was like almost more painful. I was like, no, stop. Because he's like, what can I do to help it? I was like, and it went on for like an hour in both legs. So it was horrible. Like, I just laid there like agony, like, stop, please make it stop, please make it stop. But the things I do to myself, I don't know. But I am feeling really good today. I do question why I put myself through such misery sometimes when I go to New York, because it's totally my choice. Like, and so maybe I won't next time, but I know I won't in Vegas, so that's a good thing. I feel really strong about that. I mean, I even, you know, even if there's a twinge of like feeling like I want to drink, I'm like, I just dance through it in my head of like, okay, where would that lead in Vegas? I mean, because I'm never going to be someone that drinks here. I mean, it's just not my lifestyle here. It's like I have a very different lifestyle here. And I hope my lifestyle will eventually change in New York, where I don't drink there either. But right now my lifestyle there is a little bit more like, I don't know, I guess more like you would call like a party scene, in the sense of like, you know, going out and stuff. Like, I don't go out here, you know. And when I work here, it's very short calls there. Sometimes I'm having to do these 10-hour ones or going to dinners and things like that. So it's just a different kind kind of lifestyle, I guess. So it's a little bit harder to be who I am here, there, in the sense of my sobriety. Like here I'm really strong with my health and sobriety. When I go there, I'm like, ah. So I don't want to be that way though, because then I have to, deal with the ramifications when I get home of like either the dumb things I did or just how crappy I feel, and usually both. So I'm really upset about the channel because I know we were doing so well, and then I just kind of like offended everybody again, and it was never my intention to do that. Early on, I mean, you could be like, well, of course, when you're yelling at everyone, like, yeah, I know. It's like it's crazy to think like in the moment you don't really realize what you're doing. Like I guess it's called anger, and like especially me when I drink, I don't know how to control. Sometimes I go into like a rage about stupid things, and I'm very ashamed of that. And I hope that it can, like the universe can forgive me for my stupid mistakes, because they're never intentional. It's not like I'm going around trying to hurt people and trying to mess things up. It feels like that at times when it's like if you keep making similar mistakes, it can definitely feel like that to others. That's more just like not being that good at learning from your mistakes. It's not like you're intentionally trying to do it again. It's just like you didn't learn the last time. So hopefully, I feel like I am learning each time, like a lot of stuff. Like I'm really maturing because I am 40 now, so I can't get away with like just acting so childish about things, and getting away with just acting a fool, because you can't really do that when you get older. It's not really acceptable. It's a little bit acceptable when you're younger. It's like, you're young, you'll learn. But when you get older, you're like, oh, you should have learned by now. What are you doing? So it is embarrassing. I am very embarrassed for, it's just a lot of things I did on live in New York. That's the most embarrassing thing. Like, I'm not really embarrassed of anything else, like anything other than social media in New York. I didn't really embarrass myself, not at any of the hotels or anything or with anyone. But social media, I definitely feel a lot of embarrassment with that. Yeah. And almost missed my fight. But that one wasn't even fully the drinking. Like I said, I was there 2 hours early. I would have been there 3 hours early had I not fallen asleep on the train. But it took an hour and 45 minutes to get through security, which was freaking me out. I couldn't believe that. I've never experienced that long of a... and it's supposed to be fast now that we don't take our shoes off. I don't know what happened that day. Everything fell apart. I think their computers weren't working right. Because you know how they're supposed to like take your photo? I don't know if you guys have traveled recently. If you have, what you do is you go up, and if you have your passport, or now you need your real ID. You can't use regular driver's license. It has to be one of those real IDs, which is I got just in time for my other trip. They look at that, and then they take a quick photo of you, which gets deleted or something. But I think that was not working, and that it was, that's not everything or something. They didn't know what to do. I don't know. Because I think by the time I got up there, they weren't even taking photos. So the one guy was just like, up in arms. But everyone was bitching. It was terrible, and everyone thought they missed their flight. So that was a little bit my fault, because I probably would have been there like 3 hours earlier, than I would have still been like, what's going on with this line? But I had plenty of time. But most people don't get to the airport much earlier than 2 hours, so that actually threw off everybody. Because I'm one of those insanely early airport arrivers, and I'll just sit there for hours, just be like, at least I'm here, at least I'm at my gate. I go all the way to my gate too, like all the way. Like even if like the toilet is back a ways, I'll first walk all the way to my gate. And first, okay, there's my gate, and it won't even be my plane even near. It's like maybe like three flights away or something. Oh, phew, made it. And then I go back to maybe use the restroom and stuff. I'm really weird about that. Like Richard hates traveling with me because I'm like, we gotta get to the gate. Guys, he's like, we have like 2 hours to get to the gate. I'm like, I know, but we gotta just go get to the gate, make sure we know where it is. Because I've traveled where things got haywire. Where, like when I was very young, when I went to China. They canceled our flight at Dallas-Fort Worth for like 60 people to China. Actually to Hong Kong. We went to Hong Kong first. We flew from Texas to Hong Kong. And we spent like a week in Hong Kong, and then we spent like 3 weeks in China, or 2 weeks in Hong Kong, 2 weeks in China. I don't remember, something like that. The whole trip was 30 days, but I don't remember. It was 15. I can't fully remember. I think it was like 1 week in Hong Kong and 3 weeks in China. But anyways, Hong Kong was cool, but they canceled our flight, and so it was this crazy thing. Like, this was back like before 9/11. And so it was much more loosey-goosey at the airport. Like, they would literally let you run to the airport, and they would, like, just tell you, hey, if you can get to that flight in time, you probably can't, but you can get on it. So they would do that to us because there was, like, 60 of us, and they're trying to get us on different flights. So they'd be like, well, if 10 of you can get to that flight before they close the doors, which is unlikely, but you can run, or try to get on a tram or something, then you can get on that. So we were, like, running for like, this went on for, like, 10 hours. We were stuck at the airport. And it would really be, like, in the movies where they just close the doors and like, oh, sorry, no, we're not allowing anyone else on the flight. We're like, ah! And then we tried to send us to another one. So finally, after 10 hours of them trying to get us on separate flights, they couldn't. And they gave us all one big plane, and it was Cathay Pacific, which I don't know if that still exists or not. But it was a really nice airline. And we got to all fly like first class and business class. I got business class. I didn't get first class. And you got like all kinds of nice things, you know, and you got your pillows and your, you know, face products and, you know, toiletries and stuff, and, you know, the warm cloths and really good food, all free back then too, at least in those spots. But I don't think they charged even back then for the people in the back. This is new, where you had to pay for everything. And I'd like a soda. Oh, that'll be $1.50. Never mind. No, they do give soda for free on some flights. But oh gosh, so chintzy though. Now they like are so chintzy with I don't eat the crap they give you anyways, but they used to, I liked when they gave you like peanuts and pretzels. I don't know, that seemed chintzy to people. Now they give me like Cheez-Its. I'm like, it just seems like something not everyone likes. You know, at least like pretzels and peanuts, it feels like you can't go wrong. But Cheez-Its seem really specific. Like, what if you don't like cheese? What if you? I mean, there's just like so many factors there. I don't know. And I was like, what do you got? And they're like, because they're telling everyone, Cheez-Its and Sun Chips. It's very specific, like, kinds of chips. I felt like that's very like, why don't you have Doritos then? I mean, it's just like, why is it so specific? It used to be very generic, you know. It'd be just like peanuts that had the airline thing logo on them or something, and some pretzels that had the airline thing. Me and my sister used to collect them. We used to fly Southwest all the time, and we would collect the napkins and the things and the peanut things, you know. And but now it's just very, I'm sure it's all, you know, sponsored by these companies that can only carry their certain products. But it's really funny because there's also a section that they go that you get free snacks, like besides the Cheez-Its and Sun Chips. But then they stop. So the flight attendant will be walking, and then you're like, oh, what's going on there? You know, like, that looks like something, like they actually had, like, you know, nuts and, you know, nice healthier things. You're looking like, oh, one trip I was considering, I was so hungry. I hate eating stuff on the plane. It's just terrible stuff. But anyway, so I was like, what's going on? They have some nuts. I would consider that. And then she just like stops like right in front of my row, and then goes back to the front. And I was like, oh, damn it, we didn't pay enough for those seats. Shoot. Because everyone's like just taking all kinds of stuff. She's got this big basket. It's not even like that cart thing, you know. Oh, that looks nice. What a nice airline. This looks really nice. No, you didn't pay enough for that, sorry. But it was really funny. I was like, yeah, it's good anyway. They don't eat their junk on the, I can't eat that junk on the plane. It's just like the worst stuff. I don't know, it's just terrible. And everyone's sitting there with their little bag. Little bag of Cheez-Its. Oh man, I love when they won't even give you like even remotely much of a can. You see them use the same can like 3 times for people because they put so much ice, and they open the can and they give you. You could give people a can of soda, wouldn't kill you. I always just ask for water. But I'm actually excited to fly again. I love flying. I bitch about it sometimes. when things don't go good. But I just love flying. I always compliment the pilots. You did such a great landing. I'm always like, thank you. I love flying because I flew so much in the Air Force, so I love flying. I really do. But last trip, my butt was sore. I think you're just sitting too much, and you're just like, so every time you move, you're just like, you just can't get the right spot on the chair. I hate that. That happens sometimes. I think I've been sitting on my butt too much that trip. Just like I kept like sitting like on my desk and stuff, like during vlogs, just like I have a pretty bony butt, so yeah. It doesn't take long, like road trips. I always bring a pillow, and it didn't take long before even the pillow. I'm like, oh yeah, my butt's so sore. A little more cushion there. But anywho, I actually am feeling really good today because last night I thought about like caving in on the food. I even asked her, she's like, can I have some nuts? And he's like, well, do you think you'd be able to keep them down? I'm like, probably not. So then I didn't eat them. And then this morning, which is like, what happened to the M&Ms? I was like, oh, don't be blaming me. I did not. I was like, you gotta ask someone else in the house, because I was like, I'm actually so proud of myself. I didn't eat anything bad yesterday, only ate beef. So I'm like, and I was proud of it because I almost caved in. So we have some missing M&Ms. I think Annette ate them. She says she didn't, but okay, there was these Ferrero Rocher things that Richard got. She shouldn't be getting this candy, and then some M&Ms. Okay, and Annette, she likes to be very healthy, so she thinks she only eats protein, but chocolate is her weakness, which I don't even like chocolate. So, we asked her, did you have any chocolate? And she said no, but then I go look in the trash. I don't see the M&Ms, which I would check her purse, but I see all the Ferrero Rocher wrappers, all this chocolate in her trash can, and I'm like, But I think she doesn't like to tell Richard because she thinks he's going to be mad because like she knows she's doing the protein, but she's so funny because she normally doesn't like lie about stuff. So then I'm like, no, everyone thinks I ate the damn chocolate. I feel so damn proud that I didn't last night, and I was like, how do I always get blamed for these things? Like on a good day. On my good day when I feel proud, I'm like, I'm so proud of myself. I wake up and Richard's like, where's the chocolate? And I'm like, oh no, it was not me. For one thing, I'm not even a chocolate eater. I was gonna go for the nuts. I don't like chocolate. Hold on. It connected to my ear again. Here, I'll take this off. But yeah, so we asked her this morning, did you eat them M&Ms? She said no. I bet you they're in her purse. Or Gloria took them back. So they were Gloria's M&Ms to start out with. They were the story of the M&Ms. I guess Richard had got them the other day. And I couldn't tell you the last time I ate an M&M in my life. I mean, I am not an M&M eater. Richard, I knew he was going to... This is the good thing. If those had not been gone, so whoever ate them, Gloria or Annette, or the mouse, it wasn't me, and it wasn't Rich. The good thing is, he was going to eat them if they were still out there. That's what he was looking for. I'm like, why are you even looking for M&Ms? I'm going to eat them. So I'm glad Annette ate them. I think it was Annette, because it's better than me or Rich getting off our diet. So but it's funny because, I'm missing M&Ms. But I don't think that they should be getting things like that, because I think for Annette, that's one of her big weaknesses is the chocolate. And she doesn't realize it's unhealthy. Like, she tries to be very healthy all day eating the protein, and then if there's chocolate, it's like she can't resist it. So I think they had just gotten those because they were on sale the other day or something like that. But normally we don't have like chocolate around the house, because Gloria and Annette and Richard love chocolate. I'm not a chocolate person. When I used to eat more sugary things, I always liked white chocolate, which isn't even really like chocolate. It's different. I never was like a chocolate person. Like, I would get white chocolate mochas or chais. You know, I never liked mochas. My mom would make those when I was a kid. Ugh, terrible. But anyways, but I actually feel so proud because last night I wanted to cave in because Richard was eating some almonds on the bed and an avocado, and I knew that if I ate that, I probably would go too far. You know what I mean? Because I ate one the other day, but I know at this point, like, what happens with me is sometimes once I start eating other things, then don't know, eat too much, I guess. So I just lay there and we were watching the game and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay strong. And then I ended up falling asleep, and so when I woke up I just felt so proud and strong. And then now it's like everyone's still, I think everyone even out there, Joy ate M&M's. So I'm like, honestly, if I did, I would tell you guys, because I did falter the other day. I did, and I told Richard. I just straight up said I didn't, I ate some bad food today. And he asked me what I ate, and I told him, so it's like, that was only like 2 days ago, so it's like, it'd be no reason for me to lie now. I actually am feeling good about telling the truth about my sobriety in each and every way. It's like, because that's kind of like the process that some people find it irritating, because they're like, oh, here goes Joy again, day 1, day 2. But for me, each day is very rewarding of accomplishing it. And then failing is okay too, because like I used to be so like holier than thou about like, oh. And so now I'm like seeing the struggle of other people that I'd forgot, because once you get really healthy, it's actually pretty easy to stay healthy. It's kind of just become such a routine. But once you get off the health train, it's very hard to get back on. And so I don't mind people kind of seeing the struggle that I'm going through. So I like to be honest about like each day of the process, and like if I fall off, I tell you guys. Like I'm enjoying like the honesty of it, whereas I think in the past I would want to try to be perfect, try to be like, oh no, I don't want to tell anyone that I messed up, because then they're gonna judge me. And I'm like, well, I get judged anyways, whether I'm sober or not, So it's like, but I also know that a lot of people are mad that I'm so hot still for me outside, and my hair is a mess. I'm still sweating. I try to brush it in the morning so it's not so wacky, but I'm sweating, so that doesn't help. I really...
Hey, Joy.
Yeah?
They say the monologue content sucks if you don't read the chat.
Okay. I know. Well, I can't see it.
I'm just letting you know what they said.
Okay, well, why don't you tell me, and then I'll comment.
Okay, they said it's called desperation. And it's sad. They said you're desperate.
Okay, well, this is why I don't read the chat.
The person says, great comment.
Okay, well, this is why I don't read the chat, because most of it's just rude to me, and it's very hard to be positive when most of it's just negative, and especially like when someone's trying to be sober, it's amazing how negative you guys have been towards me. Like, I don't think most people you'd be so negative towards about when they try to be sober and if they fail, but it's like you guys are just like so hateful with every step of the way for me, and it's really unfortunate, because most people wouldn't be able to handle it. But like I can take a lot of crap from people, and I know I've gotten mad at times, but man, if you guys were in my shoes, you'd be a lot madder. If like most of the stuff that comes in is just like negativity and nastiness, and every time we, get it up where like it starts to have any traction, then of course I offend someone, and then they, flag us a million times, and we go back down to the bottom again. And it's just kind of like this endless, annoying, pointless treadmill. And right before we came on, neither of us even wanted to at this point, because it's just frustrating to even bother with YouTube, and it's hard, but there's like, we do enjoy it on some level, but not like the way it's going. And this is not the way we ever, wanted it. We wanted to just have fun with the channel, and it's just become like a living nightmare at times, you know what I mean? And the reason why I don't read the chat is because I probably get some of the nastiest comments of like anybody gets on YouTube, specifically because you guys think that it's okay because of the job I do. You think that you have a right to treat me like differently than other people, and it's not right, and it's not ever okay to treat anybody wrong. And you guys go, oh, well, you attack me. I never attacked anybody until they tried to destroy our family. We came on here with very positive energy about just like showing what we did. Yeah, we showed some pancakes being thrown, and you guys like went insane over this. And then like just literally tried to destroy everything we did and every step of the way, and call the authorities every step of the way, which we never were doing anything wrong. That's why nothing was ever, like the only thing we had to end up doing was get our bunny neutered, which we did. But that was the only call that was ever valid that anyone ever made. And it's just been insane what we've gone through, and it's just frustrating because now even at this point people are like, oh, try the monologue, then go somewhere else. We have like 5 people here anyways. I really don't need your negativity. If you're just going to be negative, it just find someone else to hate on. Like, it's like I'd rather build the channel with positivity than the same nasty sods every day anyways. So it's like at this point, like, we're going to build it with new positivity, or we're not going to do it at all. Like, if it's just going to be every day nastiness just gets old. Like, find someone else. Yeah, but my chat is disgusting. My chat says the most nastiest things that are very mean and hateful.
Tammy Loves Horses is here.
Hi, Tammy Loves Horses. Well, Richard can read the nice things, but I don't want to hear the negativity all day. When I look at it, it's always negativity.
Hey, Jared says, cheers, here's a blunt for you.
Hi, Jared, thank you. I know I need some more weed this morning. No, it's really getting hard for us because, I know I made mistakes, but we've also worked really hard, and it seems like all anyone wants to focus on is our mistakes. And that gets old day in and day out when 99% of the time you're doing good things, and then 1% of the time you make a mistake, and all anyone focuses on is that 1%, and just bash it over your head over and over. And even like, I feel like with YouTube, it's not their fault, but that's what happens. Like when you get kicked out of the algorithm's like, oh, you made that one mistake, now you may never get back in, and like you're kicked out of the club, and it's just it's hard and it's frustrating, because we all make mistakes, and especially when you're putting, excuse me, your life out there. Like most people don't. Like people go, oh, tired of the monologue. Well, that's because most of you guys just talk about other people. Like I actually come out here and talk about myself, which, yeah, I know that probably gets old, me talking about myself. But also like having someone be real and talk about like real things they deal with is kind of what people need to hear. Because like everyone can be fake and everyone can just like talk crap about other channels. That's easy. But like getting out there and like talking about your real life, like, I mean, they pay reality stars to try to put reality on TV because people want to see reality, and it doesn't exist on any level, because when you're real, you're hated. When people see every last detail of your life, they're going to find things they don't like about you. The more you reveal, the less people are going to like you. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, I don't know if you know that about celebrities. Like, if you've ever been, like, really into a celebrity, like, where you're like, oh, my God, I love this celebrity. Oh, my God, like, when you're young. And then the more you, like, look into their life, you're like, I don't like that. Oh, they did that. And you start scrutinizing them. That's why they always keep celebrities kind of, like, this mystery. Because the more you actually get to know about them, the more we find out, like, Justin Bieber or something, what a wacko he is, people don't want to really buy his music. You know what I mean? So what we do is show our real life, and you guys hate us, and we have a crazy life, but we figure...
Let's return those shoes. So.
Okay, which ones?
Both of them.
She doesn't like either of them?
No.
Okay.
They don't fit good. They don't fit, she says.
Okay. Well, Annette picked out shoes, but she don't like either of them.
She has shoes right now. It's not like she doesn't have shoes.
Okay, her other ones are... I'll get them out of the garage. Her other ones. She needs her other Birkenstocks, but then they're in the garage. She didn't like either of the shoes, but she picked them out. The hard thing is, I kind of know what she likes, but she wants to pick it out sometimes. But then when she picks it out, it's wrong, but that's all right. We'll return them. They're Amazon. We have to go there anyways. We have a bunch of stuff to return. But, yeah, but we really still want the channel to succeed, because we do have a good time with it, and we've made a lot of friends here, and it's a good energy when it's going well. But it's really difficult to come back on.
Knockoff Birkenstocks are no good for her.
Yeah, we need to get the real ones.
Those are for like...
She needs the real ones.
She needs, because she walks the street.
We always get her Birkenstocks, the real ones, but we thought, since she wanted 2 pairs of shoes, because I said just get her Birkenstocks, but then she insisted she wanted new tennis shoes, but she picked the wrong tennis shoes. So at the time, we didn't have enough for both, so we said, let's get the knockoff, Birkenstocks, and then she can get the tennis shoes she wants. But we kind of knew that wasn't going to work, so we thought, let's have her try it. I mean, we knew it wouldn't last long anyways. It was only going to be for like a month or 2, until we could get the other ones. We're probably going to go to New York, but it didn't work. So I was like, we just have to get the real ones for her. She can't wear those ones. She walks too much. She has to have the real ones. So we're going to return those. But she picked out those tennis shoes. They're Pumas. She wanted these ones. She was looking on Amazon with Rich. She really wanted these ones. I didn't think they were going to work for her, but she really liked them yesterday. They came in the mail, but not today. She hates them. So we're going to return both those and then get her the Birkenstocks, and then we'll have to have her pick out a new pair of tennis shoes. I don't know. Tennis shoes are difficult for her because she needs something that has really good support, and she has really big feet, like in the sense that her feet are wide, and she wears 9.5, but I feel like 9.5 sometimes are snug on her foot when she's wearing tennis shoes. But then 10, she's kind of swimming in them, so it's difficult. But wears 9.5 with her Birkenstocks, her toes can stick out a little bit, but I think that's what always hurts her is the tennis shoes push on the front of her toes. So I think her foot is a little larger than 9.5. But then 10 is just, her tennis shoes she has right now are 10s. But she wears them, but I think they're a little bit big, So it's difficult with her with tennis shoes. And she can't have the narrow ones. She needs the wide ones, yeah. But anyways, and we also have Gloria's. Sneakers are coming, so. What do you guys call them? Sneakers, tennis shoes? Everyone's got different terms. Anyways, Mets won yesterday. Did I tell you that? That was a good game. The reason why they moved locations, I wasn't fully paying attention the day before, is because it was the Little League Championship. So they were like in Pennsylvania or something like that. And it was actually pretty fun because they had all the Little League guys there. It was a little bit stressful, I felt like, for the players because, like, they do this thing. They've done it before. I've seen where they talk to the players when they're on the field, which I feel like is difficult. Like, the guys that are actually trying to, like they were talking to Alonso, and he was on first base, and he missed a play while they were talking to him. And it's like, I feel like they were, like, not helping, because you have to focus. But they want you to, like, talk about it while you're down there on the field. So they do these big, things where it's like fun for the kids and things like that. So, but the Mets did end up winning. But we were like, this better not mess them up. They lose again. But they won, so that was good. Because that's 2 games in a row now because they'd been on a losing streak. So if you guys don't know, I'm a big Mets fan. And you guys think it's a new thing? It's just a new thing that I actually kind of like fully adapted to it because my family was the biggest Mets fans ever. I mean, that's all I ever heard about it. I mean, now I'm even like, when I'm watching, I'm hearing all of the names of the players that, that like my grandpa had talked about all these years and stuff, and it's just kind of interesting, because especially when they'll talk about like in the 1960s, because that's when my mom and grandpa went to the World Series in 1969 when they won at Shea Stadium, and so when they'll talk about like that game, and I'm like, oh my God, like my family was there, it's crazy. But I really want to go on a trip with Rich in a couple years, or maybe next year or something, to just like a weekend to go see a Mets game in New York. I think that'd be really fun. Not like, because I don't want to go there like on a vacation. I just want to go see a Mets game, maybe stay a night or 2, and then come right back. And I think that could be something even doable, even if, even if like with the ladies, like we could set them up for 2 days, you know what I mean? Like, I think that could be something that we could both go to. I think it'd be really fun. That's kind of my plan, because I get invited every once in a while when I'm there to games, but I don't want to go to one without Rich. Like, I want it to be me and Rich's thing that we go to our first Mets game together. I think it'd be really fun. But if we don't make it to New York, they are building the A's stadium here. So maybe the Mets will come here.
They will play here.
And so that might work out too. So, but it would be really cool if we could go to Citi Field. But that's like a future thing. Because right now we're going just to make money. We can't really go and like spend money. Like, live it up. It don't really make sense when I'm going there to make money. Can't be like taking vacations to New York at this point. But that would be the only thing I would want to go do other than when I work there. So people think like I would want to go live in New York or would want to go do anything else in New York. I wouldn't. Like, that's the crazy thing is when I go, like, I weirdly, even though it's hard and it's difficult, like, I like doing what I do in New York, because it's something about, it's not necessarily that it would have to be that, but at this point in time, it's kind of like what I like about it is it's like being, you're independent, you're going there, you're fully funded by yourself, like, you have no boss, like, you just are like, there's just something about, like, the having to just, like, be, like, fully independent, but then like know that like I can only be mad at myself if like it doesn't work. Like, it's kind of like this thing of like, it's like a big responsibility, but it's like a cool responsibility at the same token, where like normally most jobs you'd have something to fall back on. Like maybe they paid for your airfare, maybe they paid for your hotel, maybe, maybe, if it doesn't go right, maybe it'll be okay, you can try again, But this is like, if it doesn't go right, I'm screwed. So it's a lot of pressure, but it's also like a good pressure. Like, it's like, I feel really like cool when I go. Like, I'm going to do this and I can do this thing. Like, so I wouldn't necessarily just want to go to New York as like a tourist. It's not really my thing. Unless, like I said, the game. That would be the only thing. And that would be like a 2-day thing. It wouldn't be like a week-long thing. You go to a game, maybe stay 1 or 2 nights. And that would be the extent of me wanting to like visit New York on any other level. But when I go, it's something about it, like just that thing. And then I do get frustrated. Her appointment isn't till 12:50.
Right, but she's going to go to the club real quick.
Oh, but did you remind her about her
We
appointment?
have a doctor's appointment at 12:15, don't forget.
You need to remind her. I don't think she remembered.
We have a doctor's appointment at 12 at 1 o'clock. A doctor's appointment today. 12:50. It's 10 o'clock now.
Okay, I'll go for an hour.
Okay, let's go. Get out here.
Gloria's going to go to the club for an hour, but she has a doctor's appointment, so I don't want her to miss it. Let me make sure that's the right time. Hold on.
Where are you going?
I make sure, 12:50 is what I have written down. I have it for 12:50. That's what I wrote down. Gloria's doctor appointment. Is it August 18th? It's August 18th, right? There we go. That's how I remember things. That is how I remember things. I have a planner, but I forget to open my planner. So I have to put these Post-it notes on my thing over here. And I put the thing that's coming up, the most recent. And that's like literally how we remember appointments. But when I'm in New York, I actually have to open my planner. Because, you get the notifications on your phone and stuff, but you just like forget to like look at those things. So I go old school. Post-it notes. Works for me. Oh gosh, I thought you already went out the door. I was like, that was fast. Are you gonna go shopping? Why don't?
I'll go shopping. Walk is over
Yeah.
right now if you want.
Why don't you and Annette?
You want to stay on the stream for another 45 minutes? Want to shop? Half an hour? Or do you want me to just end it and come with me?
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, I'll just talk for a little. Yeah. Why don't you go to drop off Gloria? Then that'll make sense. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I could stay on here though, but
We'll do another stream later.
okay. Yeah. Then I'll just talk for a little longer. We were debating what we're gonna do as far as we need to do grocery shopping today. We also need to go to Amazon, Whole Foods, but the Amazon drop off for the returns. We have like a bunch of stuff to return, and now Annette's shoes, she doesn't like them, and Gloria's doctor's appointment. So, and we need to get weed today. So it's a lot for us in one day. We actually have been pretty much, everyone's been kind of like relaxing for since I've been home, at least, just because I know for me, I wasn't feeling well, and I don't think Rich is feeling great either, because he things get really hectic when I'm gone, where it's like he's just erratic, running around, and he doesn't eat enough and stuff, and so he wasn't. He's getting healthier now too. When I got back, whenever I go, he always gets thinner when I'm gone. Because like he's always like taking care of everyone else, and I have to remind him to eat. He's really good about like feeding everyone else, and then he won't eat himself. So, anyways, it's funny when I go to New York, I've been gaining weight because I've been drinking alcohol, and he's been losing weight because he just like ends up being busier than when I'm here. When I'm here, we sit around a lot, watch a lot of TV and stuff. Which is not even something I want to do. We just do. It's just like funny how couples do that. Like when you're separate, like when you're more like single, you're running around, you're doing things. But when you come together, you just like sit and watch the Mets game all night, and that's like makes us happy. But I think it's good having the variety, so that we don't just become like that old couple that the couch potato couple. But it is hard being apart because we really do like being together. And then it sucks because a lot of times we'll bicker a lot when we get back together because we're dealing with a lot of stress, like primarily me trying to get sober and stuff like that, you know, which I get very irritable, especially like when I first, you know, can't drink by my choice, you know what I mean? Like I chose not to drink, but like knowing I can't drink, like, you know, I get like bitchy for something, like even though I like, know it's the right thing, but you're still kind of like, wishing, you know, like, but then like I'm making this decision myself. I'm knowing it's the best decision for me, but I still am like gripey about that I can't, you know, have sugar or drink alcohol. But it's 100% my choice. Like I'm saying, like Richard literally would let me if I wanted to. Even last night, he's like, fine if you want to go eat food. But I was like, no. And that's why I was like irritated when someone was saying, with the M&Ms, where I was like, it was not me, I swear to God. Like, I would totally admit it, but last night I was so strong. I feel so proud of myself. That's why I woke up in a really good mood. Had I caved in on sugar last night, I would have been grumpy again this morning. I actually woke up in a really good mood, feeling really, like, energized again, which the opposite happens if I have alcohol or sugar. Like, I wake up, like, groggy and grumpy, you know, until you have sugar. Whereas this morning, Richard made food really early in the morning, like, because he didn't have dinner, so he made his dinner, like, really early, like I want to say, like, around, like, 2 a.m. or something, and I didn't feel like eating. So then I ended up making my burgers around, like, 7 a.m., I want to say, because we still had some meat from the day before, or they're going shopping now for lunch, and I actually was, like, feeling so good about, like, my decisions yesterday and being like, oh, it's just like, I hate when I make bad decisions in the sense of my health, but when I make good decisions, you feel really proud because, like, it's for yourself, you know what I mean? Like Richard could force me to be healthy, but that wouldn't really make me happy. Does that make sense? But when I make it myself, a decision myself, then it's so much better. That's why he doesn't try anymore. Because in the past, like back when, you know, when I was a really bad alcoholic, he would kind of, you know, put his foot down about the alcohol, like, no more drinking for you, and I would get mad about that. I felt like he was making me not drink. But now he's like, do whatever you want, and so now I'm making the decisions for myself, and he knows I'm gonna make the right decision in the sense of he knows I'm not gonna like be drinking every day in Vegas. It's just not. I mean, I'm not 20 years old anymore, you know. But early on, you know, I was where I couldn't, you know, like I would just drink all day. But now I can't imagine doing that in Vegas. But in New York, I do still struggle with it, as you guys see. But here, it would just be weird. It would be weird, honestly, to just be. I mean, the couple times that I did, it was very weird, and things went very weird, you know. And this is like I went over talking to the neighbors, just all kinds of weird things. Yelling in my bed and that I hated everybody, so just weird stuff, you know. So I feel like I am maturing, but I do want to try to stay solid when I go to New York, but I don't know what's going to happen in New York, so I'm not going to stress about that yet. But all I know is I'm 6 days sober here, and I feel good about it, because honestly, if you're trying to get sober, if you can make it 3 days, then you're like golden, because those first 3 days suck. And that's why I'm always like, as bad as it is what I do in New York, in 3 days, I'm feeling pretty good. But those first 3 days, ooh, not so good. I mean, not good. For me, not good. But by day 3, I was already back to work, and I was like, bouncing back. I was like, all right, I can do this, you know, I can, you know, function again. But those first 3 days, I mean, I was still shaky, because I get like, not like bad shaky, but just like you're just a little bit, you know, where you just don't feel like you're as stable as you could be. And then the night sweats and the like Charlie horses. And, oh God, that was, and then my skin was getting really bad. I was getting very bloated in the face and even in the stomach, very bloated. Yeah. I wasn't feeling well, the stomach issues. Oh, and I kept having diarrhea. A lot of bad things. Oh, that was fast. I forgot I thought you were going to the store.
You want to go to the store now?
What do you think? Should I keep blogging or? But yeah, Richard's been super helpful because I I do realize it is hard for me to go to the store. So the other day when I messed up on the sugar was the day I went to the store. So I thought I was strong today, but it kind of, you don't think about, you're thinking about, like, you go to the store in the morning, okay, and you think you're strong, but you're seeing all of these things that are, like, tempting, right? And then all day you're like, oh, I'm going to be strong, but, like, you're thinking about all these things, whereas if I don't go to the store, I don't even think about it, you know what I mean? I don't think about, oh, the smell of these cupcakes, the smell of, whatever the thing is that like, the bread they're baking, whatever the thing is that, like, smells good in the store, which is always something, they always have something smelling good, or they have, very pretty looking, like, oh, that looks nice, never would have thought that looked, something you don't even know about. So it is nicer if you are kind of trying to avoid certain sugary things or alcohol. If someone else can go to the store for you, like your spouse, that's very helpful. That's why I struggle in New York. Like, I have to not go to the store a day sometimes to, like, stay strong. I'll be like, oh, I'm not going to shop today. Because going in the store when you're that weak, if you were just drank and then you have to go into a store and there's alcohol everywhere, it can be that hard for someone. So I appreciate it. But I do sometimes miss, like, kind of getting out and about a little more, because I've kind of been, like, a little more confined to the house because I feel more comfortable not tempting myself as much. But it also, like, I'm like, I gotta make sure I get out and about a bit, I just don't want to be, like, stuck in the house all day. But it is good if you're trying to stay sober to maybe not go out into temptation in the beginning week of your sobriety, because I'm, well, let's see, Wednesday will be, Tuesday was the last day I drank, so 6, so does that mean tomorrow is? Did I count this wrong? Tuesday last day, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 6. Tuesday, okay, yeah. Okay, so tomorrow will be 70. So my first day of sobriety was
What are we talking about?
Sorry, I was trying to figure out if I counted right. But yeah, your first week of sobriety, if you can avoid putting yourself right next to alcohol, or if you're trying to avoid sugar or whatever, if you're on a certain diet, don't put that thing right in your face because the further you get away from it, the easier it is, where you can have it in your face. But the first week, you're just kind of just a little bit setting yourself up for failure. Like, oh, I'm strong enough. You can be, but you also are kind of just, like, risking it. Like, it's like Rich keeps me aside. This morning I even wanted to go. I was like, I want to go shopping. I want to get out of the house. And he was like, yeah, but why tempt yourself? Like, why go, like, yeah, that's true. And then I thought about it. I was like, yeah, why do I want to go in a store? But I just kind of wanted to, like, get out. But then I was like, fine, I'll do a blog instead, which I'm glad I did this instead. But I just kind of wanted to, like, do something this morning. Not just, like,
thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Because I have a tendency.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you.
Since I
Thanks
do
for
rest
sticking
a lot,
around.
then I get kind of in a habit of resting too much because I don't like sleeping that much.
You
so
guys
when
are
I first
cool.
get home, I'm really tired, so I'll sleep a lot. But now I've been home
Midge.
since Tuesday night, so it's
Lighting the
like
fuse
I'm
and
kind of
running
tired
off.
of sleeping. I'm like, all right, I've had
Left
enough
me
sleep,
standing there like
now I
a
need to
naughty
get up. And
schoolboy.
I've been doing, like, my chores and things, cleaning the kitchen, the laundry, cleaning up Casper's, vacuuming, those kind of things. But I just haven't been, like, super motivated to do much
Matthew
more, in the sense that I have more things I could clean. I haven't, cleaned everything. And we haven't done, like, the errands of, like, even the little chores like that where I normally would go take care of those things. But it's like, I even said yesterday, why don't I go to Amazon, which is like, yeah, but you still have to go in a grocery store. And Whole Foods has, like, the best food. So it's like, I'm not that, it's not that I can't do it, it's just like, why? Like, so it is something like, if you don't have to, and in the beginning of your sobriety, then don't. They always say, like, don't go to a bar. Oh, there's my monkey.
Sometimes I just want to rip in the guitar, just like.
He's so damn cute. Oh, he's getting naughty. He doesn't have lettuce. Rich! We have an angry bunny here. He's looking for...
What?
Casper's wondering where his
All right.
lettuce is.
I have lettuce, don't I? I have lettuce.
He ate it.
I have lettuce.
No, we don't. It's gone.
Don't they have lettuce?
No. Gave it to the bunnies. What did he? He's fine. He went back in. I kind of feel bad. I'm like, it's fine. I feel that way. But I don't know. I can't imagine a pet cute of the cast. I've seen him. He's just everything about him. I wouldn't change anything about him. Like just everything he does makes me laugh. He's just.
There is something very
he's
satisfying about playing the electric guitar.
Just everything.
You all should give it a try sometime.
Just picking up everything. Walk around. We don't give him what he wants. He's so funny. And he's also just he never heard us. Buddies do that. Anyways, he's so cute. Oh, he's the nicest Sunday. And Rich doesn't realize this.
I don't know why that just sounds so cool to me. It's just like
you have to open it.
the frequencies just rip through.
Sundays. Yeah, he wants to see outside.
Man, John Clayton really needs some help,
And
man.
he'll lay out.
I got a feeling John Clayton is the same person as the other person you guys blocked. Is the same person as the other person you
and
guys
so
blocked.
when I'm in New York, Rich
You get that
forgets to open the
sense?
window and Casper gets
You know what I mean? Get the
and
same
like, Casper,
vibe, like the one
he
he like knows 10 years of our history.
And he lets me know.
Who else besides Mark Weiner knows 10 years of our history?
Wait, is he talking? Richard, am I talking or are you talking? Who's talking?
Joey Carenza. Joy!
What?
Joy!
Are we both on
We're
stream?
both kind of talking. We have two conversations going.
Is there two
Joy!
screens? Yeah, I hear you.
Could you do me a favor? We're trying to figure out who else would know us more than 10 years besides Mark Weiner. What's the first person that comes to your mind?
Joey, yeah. But we shouldn't talk about that stuff. I think that's part of what got us in trouble last time. But that Mark Weiner stuff sure didn't help. Let's not go there again.
Oh no, I think we're only mentioning because I think he's in the room.
Oh, he's always in the room. He's a lurker. I don't want to get into that. Don't get me started with that. Guy creeps me out.
I know he's not in the room, but this time he's a little more vocal.
Yeah. Well,
Hi, Annette.
But we need to get something going here in the sense of shopping or something. We have to get some stuff done before.
Yeah, we probably should.
Gloria's appointment.
Probably should.
But let me think. Are you and Annette going shopping, or do you want me to go with you? What's going on? I don't know what the plan, Stan, is. I don't know. What are we doing? What's the plan? Man, it's going to be hot today. I was out there. It was pretty early when I was out there, right? Wasn't it like 9:30 or was it 10? I don't know what time I came on. And it is getting hot. I'm still like kind of sweaty from being outside. I hate sweating. I really do. Oh, I hate sweating. I know I'm such a girl for that. I don't mind sweating if I'm working out, which I guess I was a little bit working out for like a minute. But I don't like just sweating. So I do appreciate in Vegas that the dry heat is tough, but at least you don't sweat as much. Whereas in New York, oh, God, when it gets humid there, if you're sucked down in the subway or something, you're just like dying. And sometimes I'll be like in a skimpy dress and I don't really want to take my jacket off because I'm down the subway. So I have my like leopard jacket on and I'm like dying and I'm like, oh, what do? Do I pass out here from heat exhaustion in this jacket and I'm sweating? Or do I take it off and like just look silly in the subway, you know? Because wearing a dress and like heels in the subways, it seems really out of place. Like, well, you wore the wrong attire today. Because most women at least would bring like sneakers or something, switch them. But I don't often plan on taking the subway and then I decide to. So it's kind of like a, last minute decision. Sometimes I'll be like, because my clients Uber me, but sometimes I'm like, I'll just take the subway. Because if it's convenient, I'll take the subway. And sometimes it's more convenient than getting in an Uber, because I don't know if you guys know that in New York City, the subway is often much quicker. And depending on, like, if someone is right on a subway line, like, you can sometimes see a subway line when you look out someone's window, and you're like, oh, yeah, I'll just get on that right there and take it wherever I'm going. Then that can be more convenient than even waiting outside in the cold or the hot for an Uber to show up, and then trying to deal with making sure, like, I get the right car, because I don't even have it on my app. It's like the person who ordered it has it on their phone, so I have to, like, call my client and be like, sometimes the guy doesn't show up or we can't find each other, and it's just a nightmare sometimes in the city because I don't have it on my app, so I can't, like, I'll make them send me a screenshot of, you know, the car that's coming, but then sometimes things go haywire. And sometimes I've had the cars leave because I couldn't find them, and I was like, forget it, I'll just get on the subway. It's ridiculous. Trying to coordinate when it's not on your own phone. But I'm not paying for those Ubers. They're expensive in New York City, depending on where you're going. You know, they can be somewhere upwards to $200 each way, especially if you're going to, like, Long Island. But even, like, if you're going to Staten Island sometimes, or depending on where you're going in Jersey, it can get really expensive. Some places are more affordable. Usually in Manhattan, it's not too bad if you're going, you know, around Manhattan. But now they have all these new tolls, so it is getting more expensive for the Ubers because they have to pay the tolls, I'm sure. I'm sure it's on some level they have, like, a new, I'm sure it's a monthly thing or something you pay. I don't know how it works when you're a driver. But they have all these tools for going to different parts of Manhattan. Now I think, like, it's when you go into Midtown or something like that. So that's being frustrating, I'm sure, for the drivers, and extra fees on the passengers now. But I just have time to jump on the subway. But yeah, and not when it is hot down there. We don't know it's that hot till you get down there. You'll be like, oh, it's pleasant outside, and you think, and you go down into the subway, and you're like, oh, good God, it's so hot down here. But yeah, I love New York, but I wouldn't want to live there. We lived there a year, and it was awesome. But, like, gosh, I got so sick living there a year because it's just the pace you have to hold. Living in New York is a lot. It's just this constant, nonstop. Like, that's why when I come home after 2 weeks, I sleep for, like, 5 days. Yeah, usually 3 days, whatever. But yeah, I'm excited to go back, but I'm also excited to be home, if that makes sense. So it's like, I think people think that, like, I hate one thing or the other, or love one thing or the other. I love both. I don't hate either. And I wouldn't say, like eventually I want it to just be that I'm home. That's the goal, you know what I mean? So the goal isn't for me to be doing this forever and going to New York. But for right now, I'm enjoying the process. But yeah, so, like, ideally, my ideal thing would be to be home, but I was thinking about it, like, I don't think I'd want it to be tomorrow. Like, if it was like, okay, you never have to go to New York again, I think that would make me sad right now, if that makes sense. Like, and I thought I didn't want to go until I started going back, and I was like, I enjoy the experience, even though it's a lot, and it's scary at times in the sense of, like, when I, you know, make stupid decisions or, like, almost miss my flight or something like that. But it's also, like, an adventure, and then when I come home, I'm stronger and I'm smarter and I'm more mature than when I left. Even no matter how stupid of things I did, like, I'm more mature each time I come home, and I don't want to make those stupid mistakes again, if that makes sense. So I feel like I'm not ready for that challenge and that journey and that, you know, continual growth in my own being to end yet. But I definitely don't think I could do it for, you know, very long, if that makes sense. Like I said, it was like at 45, if I was still going to New York, I'd be like, you know. So, but I think up until about 45, I probably wouldn't mind still going. I probably won't be going for that long, but that's kind of like a number I kind of put of, like, man, if it's past that, I think I'll be really burnt out of going to trips to New York. And it'd probably be more like 42 or 43 when I probably stop going. So it's not that far away, you know, because I'm 40. So I'm trying to just kind of, like, and it could be next year. I mean, so I don't even know. So I want to make sure while I have this opportunity to get to still go to New York, even though it's crazy and I, mess up my sobriety at times, that I'm appreciating it. So at the same token, you know what I mean? Because there will be a time that I'm just home, and that's fine with me too, because I am a homebody. But in a sense, you don't want to be retired too young. You know what I mean? Like, we live in a retirement community, and I see what retirement is. It's just sitting around all day, watching TV for the most part, going to the pool. So, it's not really, I'm not ready to be there yet, but I could be there fairly soon. Because I'm one of those people that have always been a little bit older than I am, kind of thing. I know I act immature sometimes, but I always have been, like, someone that at times can be very, like, structured and, like, since the time I was very young, I have discipline, I guess. I can not have discipline, but I can have discipline when needed. And I've always been that way, like, very mature child, like, very responsible. More responsible as a child than I am now. But anyways, so I never minded the thought of kind of just like, being at home with your family and stuff. I wasn't one of those, like, oh, I have this desire to, do all these million things or be president of the United States. And it just wasn't really me. I was always been kind of a homebody. But since I'm doing this crazy thing, it's kind of a good thing for someone like me because I have a tendency to be so square. So this kind of, and you're like, square in your job? Actually, we used to, when I first started this job, we did it like so square. Like, I mean, not in Panama, I was drunk in Panama, but once we got to Vegas, when I sobered up, and I'd never drank in this job, up until like, from 2013 to 2016, I didn't drink during this job. And then we messed up a little in 2016 for about a month or two. And then again, New Year's Eve in the cave, 2017 to 2018, for one night I drank, and then I didn't drink again till 2022. So, and then I didn't drink again till I started going to New York. What trip was that? November 2024. So I go like long spouts of not drinking. So it's not like something that is the biggest part of my life, but when I do start drinking, it does kind of take over my life. If that makes sense. But I am enjoying this process of figuring out like why do I even want to drink? Like, what is it about my personality that makes me be so antisocial when I'm not drinking and so social when I do drink? Like a lot of these things I am kind of looking into myself more, because I am noticing like the extreme differences. Like, I've been really bad about responding to people that I was messaging like every day, like Bethadone, and even me and Ava were messaging, and I haven't even looked at my messages. And I finally messaged Bethadone today, but I don't even know how to get back in the Discord messages. I have to ask for. They were just open when I was in New York. Now I'm like, I don't know how to even get in the messages in Discord. That's how little I know about these apps. But when I was in New York, it was already open, the messages. So I don't know which button is for the messages. All I see is the main page. I don't know. I don't know these things. It's amazing I mess up this stuff when I'm in New York. I'm drunk. I don't even know how to use the things. And shouldn't be around a phone. But yeah, I really just, I don't even like touch my phone when I'm home. Like, I don't know. I just kind of like, it's weird. I just shut everybody out. And I don't mean to. I just do. Like, it's weird. It's not like an intentional thing. I just realized, I haven't responded. Oh, yeah, I haven't responded to that person. I was actually trying to respond to Ava today, but I couldn't figure out how to get in there. And Richard was doing something, so Ava won't respond to you. Man, I've been thinking about it every day, too, and then I go, and I forget by the end of the night. And it's like, how did I not look at my phone all day? I really don't. I think I posted something to Twitter, like, 2 days ago or something like that for the first time. But I don't mind having a contest, but I don't want it to be so extreme. I don't want to be like where I'm so antisocial and then I'm like social butterfly. But I don't mind a little bit of contrast of like, it's kind of cool when I'm in New York, like socializing more, but I don't want to like cut everyone off cold turkey when I get home, because that's not right to do to people. And it's not intentional. I just really like, when I'm in New York, all I want to do is socialize. Like, I'm like, oh, I'll talk to everybody. And then when I get home, I don't even look at my phone. Like, it's plugged in. Richard uses it all. He uses like all 3 phones because he's always filming things and stuff. But I'm like, I haven't even been listening to music since I got home, really. I don't know. I don't know. I get a little bit where I kind of shut down for a minute in a sense, probably because I was trying to get sober, so I kind of just like, everything kind of, I just go into a little bit of where I just kind of sleep and kind of just rest. But now today, I'm kind of feeling out of that zone. You know, like today's the first day I feel kind of like awake again and like not so lethargic. Like I literally have been like so lazy, like it's like normally like I'll go, you know, get things, you know, from the kitchen or something, or water or something, and now it's been like Rich has to like get everything, or I'm just like, I don't feel like it. He's like, can you grab me water? I'm like, no. I just like won't even get out of bed. And he's like, oh, it's all right, you know. Like I've just been lazy. So I hate being lazy, and so today I finally feel, that's why I'm really glad I didn't have sugar last night, because if I had sugar, I'd feel lethargic today again. That's what happens with me, is if I have sugar the night before, then I feel really lethargic in the morning. And when I don't have sugar and when I just eat my protein, I wake up like energized and like feeling like on top of the world, and actually really excited too that I, you know, win another day of no sugar. And so this morning I was a little irritated when everyone's like, where's M&M's? Not everyone, just Rich. I was like, it was not me, I swear it was not, because I actually feel so proud that I didn't even eat nuts last night, because I was going to eat some almonds and didn't even eat almonds. And I feel really proud about that, because I know almonds are not bad, but the problem with me is sometimes I'll overeat once I start eating something like almonds. I don't overeat beef, but like anything else, I have issues. So it's always one of those like, you know, slippery slopes. And so sometimes it's easier to just be like, let me just eat my beef and go to bed, instead of trying to, you know, monitor how much I'm going to eat and then getting upset if I eat too much and, you know, getting all bloated and just, it's a mess. Because I also, you know, wanted to be available to work, and if I start eating something like almonds, I'm going to like bloat really bad, and then I won't be able to work. And so it just frustrates me when I make bad decisions like that. And for most people, that wouldn't be a bad decision to eat almonds, but for me, I get so bloated from things like that. I don't get as bloated from the meat. And especially, I've been cutting out a lot of the, like the oil, the olive oil. I like just the oil from the meat, not added oils. Because meat has quite a bit of oil, you know, and it's, you don't actually have to add, if you have a nice pan, you don't actually have to add oil in the pan. The meat has its own oils. So I like to cook with the meat's oils, and I always do that in New York, but I've been getting in the habit of putting olive oil, which is fine, like I said, to most people, but with my digestive issues, like that added oil just really bloats me, and I feel like more like lethargic. But when I took out the olive oil, I've been like really feeling energized again. So I remember for a while I was not doing the oil, and then if anyone remembered, when I was cooking in the bathroom, and then I got in a bad habit of just kind of like using the oil or using the same pan or whatever. But now I, you know, clean out the pan, start over, and that actually has made a big difference for me in just the last couple of days. So I'm feeling really like energized about my health, my diet, and my sobriety. But you know, everyone's like, oh, but just wait till New York. Yeah, but it's 2 months away, so I figure I can get very healthy in the next 2 months, and then I'll feel really good when I go there, and maybe I won't want to get unhealthy, but if I do, at least I'll have a lot more solid foundation of health, versus if I'm like unhealthy for the next 2 months and then continue to be unhealthy. I kind of look at it as like, at least for the next 2 months, I'm going to be very healthy, try to get myself back in shape, try to, you know, definitely stay sober. And then worst case is I mess up when I go to New York. But if I just say, oh, I'm going to mess up in New York, so I'm just going to mess up for the rest of my life here, it doesn't make sense to me. And I'm going to try to not mess up in New York, because each time stupid things happen, like with the channel. But at least I can have a foundation of health before I go there. You know what I mean? Because the stronger you are with your health, the less you want to be unhealthy. And I feel like 2 months is a good amount of like solid foundation of like, especially if I'm staying on the keto diet, you know, when you're in ketosis. So ketosis means you're burning your fat for energy instead of like storing fat. So it's actually like you feel really energized when you're in ketosis, and then you just have to recharge with protein. So I actually am feeling the best I've felt in a really long time, honestly. Like, amazingly, because it was just 2 weeks ago, or, sorry, it was just a week ago that for 2 weeks I was being pretty unhealthy. And I feel pretty good about, like, day 6 here, like, really bouncing back. And it feels like a really big accomplishment for me too, because I chose to do everything on my own, like in the sense of Rich even said I could drink, like, not that he, you know, tells me what to do, but you know, when you're married, you know, you agree on things, and you know, he knows drinking is not good for my health, so if he, you know, was okay with me drinking all the time, then that wouldn't be cool either. That means he wouldn't really care about my health, you know what I'm saying? So we kind of like, you know, come to agreements, especially when I go to New York, about like, well, you can drink in New York, and you know, if you need to drink a little bit when you get home. And so I was going to drink for like a day or two probably, but then I was like, why delay the inevitable of this withdrawal? Let's just get it over with. Because I was already feeling crappy from the 5-hour flight. So I was like, let's just ride it on through, you know? And it was a good move, because I feel like it would have got worse, not better. You know what I mean? I would have got like more ill, like, because I was feeling pretty crappy the last day. And so I just rode it through that night, and it was a rough night, but I felt proud the entire time, because like I knew I had alcohol here, and it was my favorite. I mean, Richard got me Angry Orchards. I asked him to get those Angry Orchard hard ciders, and the Annie had gotten me some spiked sparkling water thing, which was like both things that I would have totally dug, you know. But I was like, no. It's like I just don't want to go there. I want to be free of that and have that be, worst case, something I do in New York, but definitely not something I do in Vegas, you know. And I think making that decision that night just really kind of like sprung off like this like newfound, like, I don't know, confidence in myself, like, because I kind of feared my own self, like what I would do, what I could do, you know. And sometimes I still do a little bit when I drink, because I go, oh. But the fact that, like, I don't know, I did make some good decisions in the midst of some bad decisions, I guess you'd say. And that made me feel a little better, you know what I mean? Because, like, in the past, like, I've often not made the right decision, and it went south, like jumping out of the car. But, so, I'm feeling good. Are we going to get going?
Yeah, let's get going, okay.
All right, you guys. I will probably come back on later today. But definitely tomorrow, but probably later today. Probably try to do a couple more lives.
Let's go to the grocery store.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for a great stream today, guys. Let's see who we got. We were rocking out earlier, and now we're about to call it a day. Any shout outs in there? Hey Kay Adams, thanks for always being so positive. Tori, good to see you. Matthew T. Anybody else I missed out there? Of course, old gobbledygook. She's all butthurt about something, I'm sure. What's up, Jared? Midge, what's up, man? Lighting the fuse and running off, man. What's that all about? All right, guys. Snoop. All right, we'll come back later. Good to see you, Snoop. All right, everyone. Listen, let's have a good day. I gotta get the grocery shopping done. Joy wanted to do a stream this morning, so I just got some stuff done around the house while she was doing that. And now we're gonna go do some grocery shopping. So hopefully you guys all have a great day. And what should we end it with today? Which ending is a good one? Huh? Hi, Misa. How are you? Have a good day. Midge is everyone's favorite? What? Why? 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 I don't get it. Midge, I made you a star. Terrapin, I get about three sentences, about 3 words on you, and then I just kind of like, you know what, I'm not going to read the rest of that. Hey, Paula, good to see you. How's it going? How's retired life? Is it funny? Are you finding lots of activity? Are you getting bored at all? Okie dokie wants to come along. Okie dokie, I thought you were the biggest hater at all, and of course you want to ride along. You want to ride along the grocery store. I don't understand that. By the way, whoever is hitting those hearts on the right, thank you. You must be from Periscope. Thank you so much. Greatly, super, super, super greatly appreciate it. I would love to take you shopping, except I would need Starlink. Because where we are out here, basically we're on the edge of BLM territory, and they don't have a lot of cell phone towers out here. So as soon as I walk away from this Wi-Fi, it's like the streaming goes to crap. There's no streaming, there's no cell phone service, nothing for about 5 minutes, about 3 minutes, depending on the lights. And so then when we finally get some clear waves, it's like, you know, be better off to start a stream on the road. Mac! Hey man, good to see you. All right. You want a grocery stream? Okie dokie. Maybe later. Maybe some other day. Yeah, then you're going to call it in. I know your game. I know your game. I'm getting ready to take a small job. I was waiting. I didn't want to say anything. I was waiting. Look, you and I are the same age. I have a theory. I got here first. It wasn't a race. But my point is, I got here first by accident. And my discovery was, what the fuck are we going to do? We're not like the other gen that like mom, Dr. Phil 24/7, super happy. My grandparents, same story. I mean, they did cruises and stuff. I mean, that was enough for them. I mean, they would do a cruise and that would be like a month long, and then it would just be like, that would be their whole thing for the year. I mean, they would do slideshows. You guys don't even remember slideshows. They would do slideshows, it'd be parties, it would be this whole thing, and then they plan for the next one. Our gen, I don't think any of us really are excited about getting on a Carnival cruise. I think we've all had a buffet before. I think we all know what an ocean looks like. It's pretty much like a desert in the middle of nowhere, and you can't get off. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I'm sure they're great fun. My point is, though, that things do get boring. So what are we going to do? And so that's kind of my idea. A job? Man, I don't know. Is that what you wanted to do? Was that the plan? I mean, come on. We got to have something. We got to have something for the next gen when they come out. Like, hey, you know what you guys are going to do when you hit 60? When you retire? Right. You're going to get a part-time job at 7-Eleven. How's that sound? Yay! Woo! Right. Not because you need the money, because you're so bored. No, we got to think of something better. And that's kind of what, one of the initiatives, one of my many initiatives that are on my plate. I know you guys don't think I do anything, but I'm kind of what you call a philosopher. No, I do a lot of thinking. I do a lot of thinking. And so, but one of the things that I was thinking that one of the big, yeah, we got to pack those up. We're going to take those back. She don't like them. We got to get her some better shoes. I'm not crazy. Why would I do that? Terrapin Fred, it was just, you know, gobbledygook is easier to say, just so you know. You guys are funny. I need a laugh. Sekhmet, thank you. Thank you for appreciating what the whole idea about this was. 10 years of watching somebody else's relationship. I can't imagine like anybody else's relationship being more challenging than ours. Yet here we are still together. Oh yeah, what's your fight with your wife about? Right? What do you think our fights are about? It's like, shit, can you imagine? I mean, shit, so think about it. So, I mean, if we can kind of laugh about this stuff, I mean, literally, you can be like, oh my God, at least I'm not Jedi rich. There's value to that. Don't say there's not. I'm your counter indicator. Joy, I need my spectacles. I need my readers. Yeah, I'll get them in a minute. 5 more seconds, I'm out of here. Why? Oh, Fred's here because Fred loves me, and I hurt Fred's feelings, and she changed. She like many of the females in this room that I hurt their feelings. What they do is they change their name to a male name. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what that's about. I don't know why. She-Man did the same thing, became He-Man. I don't know why. I do not know why that happens. You're a man who silently supports joy. That's one way to put it. Hey, guys. All married people have disagreements. Oh, yeah. But I would tend to agree that besides my mom and dad, they ran a hardware store together, so they spent, they woke up and went to work together, came home together. We're very similar to that. Now, I don't know a lot of other couples that spend that much time with their significant other. So, yeah, so when you guys say, yeah, this doesn't look like a real marriage, yeah, to you it doesn't, because your marriage is you married someone because, I don't know, why'd you marry someone, Terrapin, Fred? Usually for finances. Usually you probably didn't marry someone that was broke. You probably didn't marry a guitar player without a job, right? You probably, like with the first thing, oh, what does he do? Oh my God, yeah. Where does he live? Oh my God, what kind of car does he drive, right? So you married someone, yeah. What kind of ring did you get? Oh my gosh, right? The ring, and then the wedding, etc., etc. So you usually marry for somewhere along those reasons. So when you do that, the problem is that in order to maintain, okay, if you start the relationship out on a $25,000 gift, what's your next trick? Right, it's a house. $500,000 house, great, got the house. Now what's your next trick? You bought a $25,000, you bought a $500,000 house. Now what are you going to impress her with? What are you going to get impressed with now? Right. There's not a lot. I mean, buy a business, whatever. So my dad went the other works. He de-evolved. So he divested. He left corporate America and decided to go simpler. And so at the end of the day, he was making like $26,000 a year. You know, he was an accountant. So he was pretty good. But still, the point is that he spent more time with my mom and my sister this way. Because if he was out there trying to uphold the next trick, like how do you impress someone after you buy them $1 million house? You buy them a $5 million house. Well, how do you get a $5 million house? Well, you have to keep working harder and harder. Problem with you work harder and harder, that's all great, but you don't get to spend a lot of time with your wife, your mom, your sister, your kids. I don't have kids, but if you did, in my dad's case, he wanted to spend time with my mom, my sister. So he just kind of taught me a different way of living. I mean, and so I also walked away from corporate America too. And not really knowing why at the time, of course, there's a lot of different reasons. You don't do something like that just because you stub your toe and say, I quit. No, there's a lot of things. And when you look back, you're like, okay, you see a bigger picture of what was happening. At the time, I didn't understand it. I just knew that something was off. But the point is that now I'm here. And now what I'm doing right now is I'm literally going to take my sister shopping. We're going to get groceries for the household on a Monday. And then, I actually already took Gloria to the club. So she's exercising right now after I made her tea. Then when she's done working out right around in about an hour, we're going to take her to the doctor so that she can make sure we make sure she has a regular doctor. Just little stuff like that. These things are not as easy as you think because time goes by, you forget to make those doctor appointments. It's difficult to figure out like insurance and what covers what, and then also they lie to you. They like you guys say, take her to a podiatrist, do this and that. We do that stuff, but as soon as they see Annette's Medicaid insurance, they put her in a different category than if they see your like Blue Anthem or Humana or one of the big names. So it's not quite as easy as you think. Anyways, it's a lot of stuff going on and stuff that I would never have embarked upon. I mean, family, because honestly, I mean, Joy will attest to you. I don't do a lot of stuff unless I get paid for it, and I typically like to, if I'm going to get paid, I want to get paid as much as possible for as little amount of work as I have to do. I mean, right? I mean, that's the game. And so, but family, when you're taking care of family, there's no money. It's all paying out. There's nobody pays you to do that. It's like you spend 5 hours taking care of mom and sister. there's nobody saying, hey, we're going to compensate you that 5 hours that time with money. No, that's just that. So it was a totally different mindset that I had to get into, that whether you guys agree with it or not, it doesn't really matter, because I'm showing you for informative purposes an alternative lifestyle, or at least my lifestyle, you know, and how we ended up here. But it was different. It had to be different because we had different circumstances. Joy, are we ready to go?
Yeah, we gotta get going.
Okay, we got to go, guys. As much as I'd love to continue rapping. Yeah, of course I cook the ladies' breakfast. In fact, I cook all the meals here. Joy cooks hers. She helps out a little bit, and Mom will sometimes help out and like put a roast in or something. But for the most part, breakfast, lunch, dinner, yeah, and the shopping is kind of in my domain now, because we do it in the kitchen and it's easier for me. And also there's lots of different, Joy still struggles with her food addiction. And there's lots of foods out there that everybody has different food things here. Joy eats her thing, Annette eats her thing, and Gloria wants her thing, and then I eat my thing. Okay, let's get going. Did you find the boxes? Okay. But yeah, so, hey Sugar Skull, what's going on? Oh, thanks, I know. Well, I mean, it's all work. It's all about being able to breathe. I mean, when you're under the gun, it's very, very stressful. When you don't have, it's very difficult just to get the window fixed, when you don't have things structured. But now things are kind of settling down, and now we can kind of start to kind of like, look at other things, Sugar Skull, other things. But yeah, so people that want to criticize our relationship, well, I mean, if we're together and we've been together for 13 years and she's right there and we're in love and we're paying all the bills, we're taking care of everything, we're taking care of Annette and Gloria, I mean, I'm not sure, where do you want the improvements? I mean, yeah, great. Find Joy a job where they'll send her like whatever she needs per month, which is a lot, every month, where she doesn't have to go anywhere, where she just stays here and just folds laundry. If you can find her that, then great. But until then, this is kind of where we're at. So it's like, but I'm not sure, like, Terrapin, why you got to hate on us so much for taking care of Gloria and Annette? I mean, don't like the way we do it? Great. You're not paying for it. Okay, guys, listen. I think we cleared the chat rate out, didn't we?
Turn me up a little.
Maybe now you're gonna hear this one. Sun's shining. Yo.
I don't hate players. I love the game. I'm a shot clock, way above the game.
Be point blank with you, the game.
I got all this work on me. I ain't come for play.
You can show the little shorties how you pump and think.
The dog.
Not to death. I'm not impressed. I'm not amused. I'm not confused. I'm not to do. I'm a grown man business. I am not in school. Put your hand down, youngin'. This is not for you.
On my jail, my beats with the Kanye, yo.
Name on the market, your name off the payroll. Style fresh
Like I'm still a Dayo, and it's been like that since the Dayo.
On more time than a Rollie or Seiko.
Step on deck, your neck, or do what I say so. Get up or get out, get down or lay low.
Stand in the shadows. Old Jedi, I am Black Jedi. That Jedi.
Let's move. Shout out to my man Khalid Kweli. We on top. Shout out, check it out.
Check it out. Slim Jedi.
Cast a big shadow.
Cherokee red to shoot the long arrow.
Got more skill, more aim, and more ammo. You can get it all from a big or small barrel like
Hail Mary, full of grace, Jedi.
Come and shoot up the place and make you pull up your face. The deck.
I pull out the ace from the jungles of the Empire State where there ain't no escape. 247
718, and that's like every